Hey guys, welcome to Createra. In this tutorial, we will learn how to create entities in Arena. To recap, we have learned from the last tutorial how to place a box on the map. There are two ways. You can either drag and drop it or place it by code. You need to set the coordinates and type of the box if you use code. Similarly, to create an entity on the map, you can either drag and drop or use the API to create the entity. Again, you need to set the name and coordinates of the model. But there's an extra step. Set the scale. Let's first set the scale factor to 1:1 and see how it goes. You can see that the model is abnormally large, much larger than the drag and drop ones. That is because we set the scale factor to 1:1, which means that one box in Voxa is the same size as that in RNA. So what is the proper scale? 1/16. That will make the generated ones the same size as the drag and drop ones. In addition to the name, coordinates, and scale, the model has many properties. All of these properties have effects. You can also set these properties accordingly by code. If you want to generate a bush, easy. We just need to set the name to bush, right? Let's try it. Nothing happens. Why is that? It's because we don't have a bush in the files. So always remember that we can create a model by code only after it is added to the files. That is to say, we have to put the model into the map first and it will appear in the files. Then we can use it. Now let's set the properties. For example, collides, fixed, and gravity. You may notice that the bush here is floating in the air. Don't worry, we will fix that later. In addition to the bush, we can add some other things like flowers and trees. Then we can build the forest. For a quick generation, we define a function called spawn and give it a try. Great, it's working. Next, we can do mass production by using the magical widget, for loop. However, the trees are too small to be called a tree. Let's add a parameter to set the scale factor to a random value, so that the trees can appear in different sizes. Well done. Here we have the forest. There is one last optimization we can make. Actually, our models are not standing on the ground, but they're sticking into the ground. If its y-coordinate is 9, then it will be inserted into the ground. If its y-coordinate is 10, then it will float as it did before. So when the model's y-coordinate is 9, we need to move it upward the distance of its center to the bottom. We denote this system by bounce.y. Add a function at the bottom to correct the y-coordinate. What the function does is to add a proper amount of distance to the original y-coordinate. This line of code is to let the work run for another frame and read the real value of the bound. Without this line, the adjustment can't be done correctly. Click play and it works like a charm. Well, this is the end of this Createra entity tutorial. Besides creating a forest, it has more applications for you to explore. Go try it yourself. Happy building, and we will see you in our next tutorial.